Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Lorenzo il Magnifico. So if you have watched the Gamesplanation for Lorenzo il Magnifico, you'll have an idea of how the game plays. I have set the game up as a two-player game. The only differences with the two-player game are these two and these two spots are not available. Otherwise, the game plays exactly the same. First player will be blue. He starts with 5 money. Then green starts with 6 money. So let's get straight into it. First thing that happens, blue rolls the dice. Okay, so blue is choosing to enter a 5 on the black die, so that's using this guy. He could take anything from this level. So that's with the black one. He'd go for these cards with the white one, or these cards with the orange one. This one he'll need to spend guys to use. Okay, he thinks that it's probably worth his while to use the white guy, so a 3 to get this card. This card costs him 3 money, and he just puts that on the side, and whenever he wishes to do this action, he's got it as a +2. So he's going to need to get a whole bunch of the yellow cards to make that worth his while to use. Green thinks he'll also use that, but he'll do it for this one. So there's no cost on these cards. Let's go straight down. So he's going to need a 6 to action that one, but we'll see how that goes. That pushes him up to on the military track and gives him 1 extra guy for placing that in. Okay, back over to blue. Blue would like to use this guy to get that, but doesn't have enough stone. He needs to have 3 stone to be able to do it. He's only got 2 at the moment. So he really needs to do something else that will get him some stone. The problem is that free stone comes from here. The other option he has, however, is to use an orange one here. Now that's going to cost him 3 money, which he doesn't have, so he can't go there. So he needs to find a way to get some money to be able to do that. He really wants this card because that's going to get him some stone to be able to get that card. That's going to cost him guys. He needs the money. So those 2 are out. If he uses this guy to go there, it will cost him 1 guy to make that into a 1, but that gets him 5 money. Okay, it's back over to green's turn. Green is going to use this one here, so it's going to cost him 2 guys to make that into that 5 into a 7. He gets 2 stone for doing that. He'll buy that for 3 money. 1, 2, 3 money coming out, and that goes there. That will make it cheaper for him to do this action whenever he does that action. Back over to blue. Blue is now doing that 1 with the orange. It's going to cost 3 money to the bank to take from that particular spot. 1, 2, 3 money into the bank. That gains him this green card, which goes on the bottom. He gets 2 stone for taking that card. Okay, the green player now has a 1 and a 0. He thinks it's probably worth his while to go there, which will cost him 2 money and 2 stone. So 2 money and 2 stone out, and that goes into there. And whenever he actions that with a 6 or more, so he will get 1 point for each purple card. He needs to get some purple cards, but for the moment he gets 6 points. Back to blue's turn. Blue is going to go there, so it's going to cost him 2 of his purple guys to do that, to make the 5 into a 7. It's going to cost him 1 wood and 3 stone, so 1 wood, 3 stone. That gets him 5 points straight away. So when he actions that, he'll get 1 money for each yellow card that is in that space. And finally, we come back over to the green player. He only has 1 money, so he can't action any of these. He could take that spot, but it's going to cost him 3 stone. He's only got 2 of them, so anything from the top part of the board is not available to him. He could go here, spend one of those guys to get another 5, which may be worth his while. He could go here or here to gain the stuff on the outside. Unfortunately, he still needs to spend one of those guys to make it a 1, which is not high enough for that, even with the +2 on the axe stuff. That's not going to help him out. So he thinks it's probably worth his while to go here, spend one of the guys to make that into a 1. He'll take his 1 point on the cross on the religion track, and he gets 1 extra money coming in. Okay, that's the end of round 1. So First thing that happens, green has come here first, so they'll change that order. Otherwise, they take their guys back. These cards get discarded, and we deal out 4 more from each. Notice that the next lot of cards are phase 2, so we're going to have to finish the phase at the end of this round. Okay, we roll these dice, and green goes first. Okay, he thinks he might start with that one, which gives him 3 money, and whenever he actions that row with a 6 or more, so he's going to need 6 back here as well, that will gain him another one of those scroll things. Over to blue's turn. Okay, blue is going to use that one, which is orange, which is a 5, so that gains him 1 wood for going there. He gets that card and adds that into his row. He gets a wood for the ongoing bonus on that card, but he's had to spend 3 money because someone else is already in that tower. Back to green's turn. Green is going to use the black die to action the bottom row. So it's a 4, he's got a +2 on that, so it works as a 6, which means he gets 1 wood, 1 stone, 1 person, then he also gets forward 1 on the religion track and 1 more stone, and then his choice of these things, and he thinks it's probably worth his while to take 1 more religion. Back over to blue. Okay, blue is going to go for this track. He can't do the top one because he needs a 7. He doesn't have any people to add to that. He can't do this one because he's only got 1 money, and that would need 2 money for that card. He could do that one. He could not do that one. So he'll have to do that one with the black die. So it costs him 2 wood. Goes into the track. It pushes him forward 1 on the religion track. And we move back over to the other player. He thinks it's worth his while at the moment to go there. That gets him 1 coin because he's covered that symbol up. He'll gain that. It will cost him 4 coins. The coin that he just added, he couldn't use to actually do the purchase of the card. So he needs to make sure he has the 4 coins before that one's added. Just a heads up. That gets him 5 military points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And puts that in there, giving him 4 points at the end of the game. The blue player will now need to do that because he's got 0 purple guys at the moment. So he's used that, which gets him 5 purple guys back in. Green currently has a 0, so he's going to have to spend at least 1 of these purple guys to make that one worthwhile, or to actually be able to use that one. He's high enough on his religious track already, so he doesn't need to worry about that track anymore. He only has 2 money, so he's not able to use any of those. He could use the blue list. The bottom one's going to cost 4 money. He's only got 2 money, unfortunately, at the moment, so it's probably not worth his while to do that. If he wished to use this one, he'd need to use 3 guys. He's only got 2, so he can't do that one either, and nothing else further up, which means he's stuck on the bottom of the board. Doing this action would get him 1 further up on the military track and 2 money, but that is all. Doing that will get him the 5 extra money, or doing this would get him an extra money plus some guys. No, he thinks for the moment it's probably worth his while just taking the 5 money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that had to be on a 1, so he'll spend the guy to be able to do that. And we come over to blue's final turn, and blue thinks that he'll do that action. Now he's got a +2 when doing that action, so this counts as a 2 at the moment. He would like this one to action as well. So in order to make that work, he needs to spend 3 of his guys to make that into a 5. So the 2 + 3 is 5. And then he gets 1 military point, 2 money, 1 money for each yellow card, so that's another 2 money. Then he can spend 1 money to push up on this track, which he will do. And that is all. So both guys have used all of their guys up. We now go to the end phase, which is, so we've finished phase 1, which now means that anyone who's up to here cannot put a thing on there if they wish. So he's not going to put a thing up there. He'll take the 3 points there for green. 1, 2, 3. Blue hasn't managed to get up to the 3, so he'll stay where he is, but he puts 1 of his markers there, which now means that whenever he takes guys in, he gets 1 less guy. Okay, those markers come in. those cards get removed from the board. We put out more cards like before. Green is still at the top of this track, so green will go first. Roll those dice and start for the third round the same way we have gone about it on the other 2 rounds. I think that's as good a spot as any to finish up the game. You've got a really good idea of how it goes, noticing that the cards that are now out are probably a little bit better than the cards that were out before. Blue is not able to get another green card until he passes here. Green, however, could get another 2 green cards without any problem. I will leave that there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.